The world government, a name that echoes across the Grand Line and its four blues. For centuries, it has stood as the paramount authority, shaping the destinies of nations and individuals alike, from the bustling archipelagos of Sabaody to the treacherous waters of the New World. The Marines enforce their writ. Their galleons, adorned with the insignia of justice, patrol every sea route. This is a world where the world government's influence is ingrained in the very fabric of society. However, beneath this dominance, seeds of dissent have been sown. The whispers of rebellion threaten to unravel the world government's control. The world government prides itself on being a unifying force, bringing order to a chaotic world. With over 170 countries under its banner, it presents a facade of global unity. This alliance, however, is built on fear and coercion, where true justice is often sacrificed. The world government's control is maintained through alliances, often forged with nations desperate for protection. These alliances are rarely equal partnerships. The celestial dragons, self-proclaimed gods, stand as a testament to the inherent inequality. The world government's claim of unity rings hollow when considering the plight of those who challenge its authority. The veneer of unity masks a far more sinister reality, a world where dissent is crushed and freedom is an illusion. Despite the world government's iron grip, whispers of rebellion echo throughout the world. The oppressed masses yearn for liberation. The Revolutionary Army, led by Monkey D. Dragon, stands as the most significant threat to the world government's rule. Their agents operate in the shadows, sowing the seeds of dissent. The Revolutionary Army's existence is a testament to the growing discontent. Their ranks swell with each passing day, bolstered by those who have witnessed the world government's tyranny. Pirates, often painted as villains, have become symbols of resistance. From the Straw Hat Pirate's defiance to the Whitebeard Pirate's stand, these acts of rebellion inspire others to fight for their freedom. The world government's facade of invincibility has begun to crumble. Recent events have exposed the inherent weaknesses within its seemingly impenetrable armor. The Paramount War revealed the true cost of the world government's ambition. Marineford, the symbol of the world government's might, was reduced to rubble. The war exposed the ruthlessness with which the world government clings to power. The death of Whitebeard created a power vacuum that sent shockwaves throughout the world. The truth of the void, century-long suppressed, has begun to resurface. The world government's attempts to silence these whispers have only served to amplify them. The potential dissolution of the world government is a very real possibility. The world of One Piece stands at a crossroads, the winds of change carrying the scent of both hope and anarchy. The actions of a single individual could be the catalyst that brings about the world government's downfall. Monkey D. Luffy, captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, may very well be that spark. Luffy's journey has set in motion a chain of events that have weakened the world government's grip on power. His victories over corrupt officials and liberation of oppressed nations have inspired countless others. The world holds its breath, anticipating the day when the world government's reign finally comes to an end. What will rise from the ashes of the old order? The answer remains to be seen. The news spreads like wildfire. The world government, the seemingly invincible monolith, has fallen. It is a seismic event, shattering the very foundations of the One Piece world. The once ordered world is plunged into disarray. Communication lines fall silent, replaced by a cacophony of rumors and speculation. Nations react with a mixture of shock, disbelief, and trepidation. Some celebrate seeing the fall as a chance for a new era of freedom. The hourglass has shattered, the sands of time scattered by the winds of change. The Marines, the once proud enforcers of the world government's will, find themselves rudderless. The news of the world government's collapse spreads through their ranks, sowing confusion and fear. Some remain loyal to the ideals of justice, but without the world government's authority, their mission becomes murky. Others, disillusioned or emboldened, succumb to their baser instincts. Some turn to piracy, their sense of justice warped by resentment or greed. Others become mercenaries, selling their skills to the highest bidder. The once united force fragments, splintering into factions. The Marines become a microcosm of the chaos engulfing the world. G1, the Marines' headquarters, now stands as a besieged fortress. News of the world government's collapse has reached its heavily fortified walls. Within G1, panic and confusion reign. The once unquestioned authority of Marine headquarters has evaporated. High-ranking officers grapple with the reality that their world has been upended. Outside, a motley assortment of forces converges on G1. Pirate crews lay siege to the island. Their Jolly Rogers a stark contrast to the Marines' flags. G1 becomes a battleground, a microcosm of the struggle for control engulfing the world. Deep beneath the calm belt, impaled down stands as a testament to the world government's cruelty. Within its heavily guarded walls, the world's most dangerous criminals languish in darkness. The news of the world government's demise ignites a flicker of hope in the hearts of the damned. The collapse triggers a chain reaction within Impelled Down. Communication with the outside world ceases, plunging the prison into darkness. Riots erupt throughout the prison's 6 levels. Prisoners, emboldened by the chaos, turn on their captors. The gates of hell have creaked open, unleashing a tide of darkness. The celestial dragons find their world upended by the world government's collapse. Panic spreads through Pangaea Castle as they realize they are no longer shielded by the world government's might. Their bubble of entitlement bursts, revealing fear and insecurity. Their slaves, once cowed, sense an opportunity for liberation. Rebellions erupt throughout Mariajois, fueled by years of pent-up rage. The celestial dragons confront the consequences of their cruelty. Outside Mariajois, the world watches as the celestial dragons face retribution. The age of celestial dragon dominance has ended, ushering in an era of uncertainty. Sabaody Archipelago becomes a crucible of change. The news of the world government's collapse reverberates through the mangrove groves. The human auction houses become focal points of both celebration and retribution. Slaves rise up against their captors, their chains broken by revolution. The auction blocks are transformed into stages for the triumphant cries of the newly freed. However, the fall of the world government unleashes a wave of lawlessness. Pirate crews descend upon the archipelago, exploiting the chaos. The fate of Sabaody hangs in the balance, a testament to the unpredictable consequences of revolution. The Tenryubito, the self-proclaimed gods of the One Piece world, have long wielded their power with impunity, their every whim indulged, their every transgression overlooked. Shielded by the world government's might and feared for their ruthlessness, they have lived lives of unimaginable luxury and privilege, their hands stained with the blood and tears of countless innocents. But with the world government's collapse, the shield that protected them has shattered, leaving them vulnerable to the long simmering rage of those they have oppressed for generations. Across the world, the news of the world government's downfall is met with a mixture of shock, disbelief, and, in many corners, unbridled jubilation. Nowhere is this celebration more fervent than in the hearts of those who have suffered under the celestial dragon's tyranny. The slaves, the oppressed, the forgotten souls who have long borne the brunt of their cruelty. The slave trade, a cornerstone of the celestial dragon's wealth and power, collapses overnight. Slave ships, once a common sight on the seas, are now hunted relentlessly by pirates and revolutionaries alike. Their human cargo liberated and their captains brought to justice. The auction houses of Sabaody Archipelago, Once bustling centers of human misery stand empty, their cages shattered, their floors stained with the blood of their former owners. The celestial dragons, stripped of their protectors and their sources of income, find themselves hunted prey. Some, clinging to the delusion of their own divinity, attempt to assert their authority, only to be met with swift and brutal retribution. Others, their arrogance replaced by fear, go into hiding, their vast fortune suddenly worthless in a world that no longer trembles at their name. The curse of their power, once a source of pride, now hangs over them like a shroud, a grim reminder of the fleeting nature of tyranny. The world, once neatly ordered under the world government's iron fist, is now a chaotic tapestry of shifting alliances and emerging powers. The old order lies in ruins, its legacy contested by factions vying for control. The 7 warlords of the sea find themselves adrift in a world without a chessboard. Some, like Mihawk, remain aloof, their strength a deterrent to challengers. Others, like Buggy, stumble into power, their reigns more comical than threatening. The 4 emperors view the world government's collapse as both an opportunity and a challenge. With the Marines in disarray, the seas are ripe for the taking. Blackbeard seeks to expand his territory, his hunger for power insatiable. Shanks strives to maintain balance guided by wisdom. Big Mom seeks new territories to conquer, her hunger a force of nature. Kaido awaits the inevitable clash, desiring a worthy opponent. The Revolutionary Army steps into the light, their numbers swelled by support. Monkey D. Dragon becomes a beacon of hope, his vision resonating with the downtrodden. Their agents converge, their actions more decisive. The time for whispers is over, the revolution has begun in earnest. The fall of the world government has far-reaching consequences, not only for the present but for the very understanding of history itself. With the world government's grip on information loosened, the truth of the Void Century, those 100 years of erased history, begins to resurface, carried on the winds of change. The Will of D, a mysterious force that has echoed through the ages, connecting individuals with the initial D in their names, takes on a new significance. Monkey D. Luffy, the boy who inherited Shanks' straw hat and the embodiment of the pirate spirit, finds himself at the center of this unfolding mystery. His journey, once focused on becoming the Pirate King, now intersects with a destiny far greater than he could have imagined. The ancient weapons, Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus, their true nature and destructive potential shrouded in legend, become objects of intense interest. The blueprints for Pluton, long hidden in the depths of Water 7, resurface, their existence a testament to the forgotten knowledge of the past. Poseidon, the mermaid princess with the power to control the Sea Kings, awakens, her presence heralding a new era in the relationship between humanity and the sea. And Uranus, its true nature as elusive as ever, remains a tantalizing mystery, its power a potential game changer in the battle for the world's future. Scattered across the world, like fragments of a forgotten language, lie the poneglyphs, ancient stones inscribed with the truth of the Void Century. For centuries, the world government has sought to suppress their existence, fearing the knowledge they contain. But with the world government's fall, the whispers on the wind grow louder, guiding those who seek the truth to these ancient relics. Nico Robin, the Straw Hat Pirates archaeologist, and the only person alive capable of reading the poneglyphs, becomes a figure of immense importance. Hunted for her knowledge by the world government, she now finds herself courted by those who seek to unlock the secrets of the past. Her journey, once driven by a thirst for knowledge, now takes on a new urgency. Her ability to decipher the poneglyphs, potentially holding the key to understanding the true history of the world and the events that led to the Void Century. The race to find and decipher the poneglyphs becomes a global treasure hunt, with pirates, revolutionaries, and ambitious nations all vying for control of these ancient stones. The knowledge they contain, once lost to the mists of time, could rewrite history, expose the lies of the past, and reshape the very foundations of the world. The whispers on the wind grow louder, urging those who would listen to seek the truth, no matter the cost. The world stands at a crossroads, the remnants of the old order crumbling beneath the weight of change. The fall of the world government has unleashed a wave of chaos and uncertainty, but it has also created an opportunity, a chance to build a new world, free from the shackles of the past. The future remains uncertain, a vast uncharted sea, its depths teeming with both promise and peril. Will the world descend into anarchy, ruled by the whims of pirates and warlords? Or will a new order emerge, one founded on justice, equality, and freedom? The answer to that question lies in the hands of those who dare to dream of a better world, those who possess the will to fight for their beliefs, and those who understand that true freedom comes from say King Bentin Ekumben report ever what was a powerful DCC. The Straw Hat Pirates, their journey forever altered by the events that unfolded, find themselves at the heart of this changing world. Luffy, guided by his unwavering moral compass and his unwavering belief in his friends, becomes a symbol of hope, his actions inspiring countless others to fight for their dreams. Their journey to find One Piece, once a personal quest, now takes on a new significance, their actions potentially shaping the destiny of the world. The dawn of a new era has begun, an era fraught with danger, but also brimming with possibility. The world watches and waits, holding its breath as the sun rises over a world reborn, its fate hanging in the balance. The world government's collapse sends shockwaves through the New World, the domain of the Yonko, the four emperors of the sea. These legendary pirates, rulers of vast territories, now see an opportunity to expand their influence. The balance of power has shifted and the emperors stir, their eyes fixed on the vacant throne of the world. Blackbeard, the cunning captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, capitalizes on the world government's demise. A master manipulator, he exploits chaos to advance his agenda. With the Marines in disarray, Blackbeard expands his territory. His rise is marked by audacious moves and ruthless betrayals. He killed a comrade to steal the Yami Yami no Mi controlling darkness. This act led to the Paramount War, devastating Marineford. With two devil fruits, Blackbeard rivals the strongest pirates. He assembles a ruthless crew, drawn by power and plunder. Among them are dangerous former impelled down prisoners. Blackbeard's movements are shrouded in secrecy. He uses his network of informants to stay ahead. Blackbeard's shadow lengthens, a harbinger of darkness to come. In stark contrast to Blackbeard's opportunistic maneuvering, Shanks, captain of the Red Hair Pirates, reacts to the world government's collapse with a sense of caution and responsibility. Widely regarded as the most level-headed and pragmatic of the Yonko, Shanks understands that the world stands on the brink of chaos, and he uses his considerable influence to try to maintain stability, to prevent the world from spiraling into a war that could destroy everything he holds dear. Shanks' reputation precedes him. He is a man of principle, a pirate who values peace and order above all else. He is a close friend of Monkey D. Garp, a legendary Marine Vice Admiral, and he once intervened in the Paramount War to prevent further bloodshed. His mere presence enough to bring the conflict to a standstill. His relationship with Luffy, the boy he entrusted with his straw hat and his dreams, speaks volumes about his character. Shanks sees the potential for greatness in Luffy, but he also recognizes the dangers that lie ahead, and he uses his influence to guide Luffy's path, to ensure that the young pirate does not stray too far from the right path. In the wake of the world government's collapse, Shanks finds himself in the unenviable position of mediator, a voice of reason in a world consumed by chaos. He uses his diplomatic skills and his reputation to broker truces between warring factions, to prevent conflicts from escalating into full-blown wars. He understands that the world needs time to heal, to adjust to this new reality, and he uses his power to create space for that healing to occur. While Blackbeard plots and schemes and Shanks strives for stability, Big Mom, the monstrous captain of the Big Mom pirates, reacts to the world government's collapse in a manner befitting her insatiable appetite. She sets her sights on expanding her territory, her hunger a force of nature as destructive as any storm. Big Mom, whose real name is Charlotte Linlin, is a force of nature in both a literal and metaphorical sense. She possesses monstrous strength, a byproduct of her lineage and her devil fruit powers. She ate the Soru Soru no Mi, a devil fruit that allows her to manipulate souls, extracting the lifespans of those who fear her and imbuing inanimate objects with sentience. She rules over Totoland, a vast archipelago where every island is themed after a different type of food, her rule absolute, and her whims indulged by her vast army of children and subordinates. The collapse of the world government does little to change Big Mom's fundamental nature. She remains driven by her insatiable hunger, a hunger that extends beyond food to encompass territory, power, and control. With the world government out of the picture, Big Mom sees an opportunity to expand her domain, to claim new islands and resources to sate her endless appetite. Her methods are as brutal as they are effective. She dispatches her children, each a powerful pirate in their own right, to conquer new territories. Their loyalty to their mother absolute and their fear of her wrath palpable. She forges alliances of convenience, offering protection in exchange for loyalty. But those who betray her soon learn that Big Mom's wrath is swift and unforgiving. The seas tremble as Big Mom's fleet sets sail, her hunger a force of nature that threatens to consume everything in its path. High atop the Skull Dome, his fortress on the island of Onigashima, Kaido, the world's strongest creature, watches the world burn with a mixture of amusement and anticipation. Known for his unparalleled strength, his love of sake, and his unsettling habit of attempting suicide, Kaido has long sought a worthy opponent, a clash of titans that would push him to his limits. With the world government's collapse, he senses that the time for such a clash is drawing near. Kaido is a creature of pure strength, a pirate who values power above all else. He has eaten the Uo Uo no Mi, model Seiryu, a mythical Zoan-type devil fruit that allows him to transform into an azure dragon, a creature of immense size and destructive power. He has been defeated and captured multiple times, but each time he has emerged from his imprisonment stronger than before, his spirit unbroken by the torments inflicted upon him. The world in chaos holds little interest for Kaido. He cares not for territory or riches. His only desire is to find a worthy opponent, someone who can push him to his limits, who can make him feel truly alive. He has assembled a crew of powerful warriors, each drawn to his banner by the promise of strength and the opportunity to test themselves against the best. The fall of the world government, for Kaido, is merely a prelude to a much larger conflict, a clash of titans that will determine the fate of the world. He watches the movements of the other Yonko, the rise of the revolutionary army, and the emergence of new challengers with a detached curiosity, waiting for the moment when he can finally unleash his full power to embrace the chaos and prove, once and for all, that he is the strongest creature alive. The collapse of the world government creates a power vacuum. Ambitious pirates, warlords, and revolutionaries see a chance to seize power. The seas become a chaotic battleground where the strong prey on the weak. New pirate crews emerge, their Jolly Rogers a testament to their spirit. Some seek fame and fortune, drawn to the allure of plunder. Others are driven by revenge, their blades stained with blood. The worst generation finds themselves thrust into this chaotic new world. These pirates represent the next generation of power. Among them are Monkey D. Luffy, inheritor of Shanks' straw hat, Trafalgar Law, a master strategist with a mysterious past, and Eustace Kidd, a ruthless pirate with a magnetic devil fruit power. The world of One Piece has entered a new era of chaos and opportunity. The old order is gone, replaced by a volatile landscape. The seas are vast, the possibilities endless. Who will rise to the top? In the heart of the Grand Line lies Baltigo, the hidden base of the Revolutionary Army. Here, Monkey D. Dragon, the world's most dangerous criminal, receives news that the world government has fallen. The news is delivered by a breathless messenger. Dragon listens intently, his dark eyes burning with intensity. For years, he has inspired hope in the oppressed and fear in tyrants. He has built a network of revolutionaries, waiting for the opportune moment. Now, with the world government in ruins, that moment has arrived. Dragon, however, is not a man to be deterred by obstacles. He has stared down the world government at the height of his power and emerged unbroken. He has walked through fire and emerged unscathed. He is the embodiment of revolution, his will unyielding, his resolve forged in the fires of 1,000 battles, both literal and metaphorical. He addresses his lieutenants, his voice low and steady, cutting through the silence like a well-honed blade. He speaks of the challenges ahead, the battles to be fought, and the sacrifices that will be demanded of them. But he also speaks of hope, of the dream of a better world, a world free from oppression, where everyone has the right to live in peace and dignity. His words are met with a fervor that sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened revolutionaries. These are men and women who have dedicated their lives to the cause, who have witnessed firsthand the cruelty and injustice of the world. They have lost friends and comrades, their own bodies bearing the scars of their commitment, but they have never wavered. Their belief in Dragon's vision, a beacon guiding them through the darkest of nights. Dragon lays out his plan, a strategy years in the making, honed and refined through countless hours of planning and intelligence gathering. The Revolutionary Army will not seek to fill the power vacuum left by the world government. They will not become the new rulers, the new oppressors. Their goal is not to seize power, but to dismantle it, to create a world where power rests in the hands of the people, where justice and equality are not ideals but realities. The Revolutionary Army springs into action, their movements swift and coordinated, a testament to their years of training and discipline. Across the Grand Line and the Four Blues, revolutionary cells, long embedded in the shadows, receive their orders. The time for whispers is over. The time for action has arrived. In the kingdom of Dressrosa, where the wounds of Doflamingo's tyranny are still fresh, the people rise up, inspired by the news of the world government's fall, and the Revolutionary Army's call to action. They tear down the symbols of their oppression, their cries for freedom echoing through the streets, their hands reaching out to embrace a future they dare to imagine. In the skies above Skypiea, the descendants of the Shandia warriors, who once fought for their right to exist, take to the air, their wavers carrying the message of rebellion to every corner of the White Sea. They remember the oppression they faced at the hands of the world government, and they vow to stand with the revolution, to ensure that no one else suffers the same fate. On islands large and small, from the bustling port towns of the East Blue to the lawless territories of the New World, the flames of rebellion spread, fanned by the winds of change and fueled by the hope that a better world is possible. The Revolutionary Army, once a thorn in the side of the world government, has become a beacon of hope, a rallying cry for the oppressed, a force for change that threatens to overturn the very foundations of the world. Dragon understands that the Revolutionary Army cannot achieve its goals alone. The world is too vast, the enemies too powerful, the challenge is too great. He knows that to succeed, he needs to forge alliances, to unite those who share his vision of a better world, even if their reasons for fighting differ. He reaches out to unexpected allies, pirates who have chafed under the world government's rule, kingdoms yearning for true independence, and individuals whose own moral compasses compelled them to fight for justice. He knows that these alliances are fragile, built on a foundation of shared goals rather than shared ideologies. But he also knows that they are essential if the revolution is to succeed. Luffy, captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, receives Dragon's message with a mix of surprise and determination. He has never been one for politics or grand pronouncements, but he knows injustice when he sees it. and he has a knack for dismantling oppressive systems, often unintentionally. He agrees to help, not because he fully understands the complexities of the revolution, but because it feels like the right thing to do, because he cannot stand idly by while people suffer. Boa Hancock, the pirate empress of Amazon Lily and a former warlord of the sea, pledges her allegiance to the revolution, her loyalty to Luffy Absolute, and her hatred of the world government, who once enslaved her and her sisters, burning with a cold fury. Her strength and influence, once tools of self-preservation, are now weapons in the fight for a better world. The Grand Line, once a symbol of the world government's power and the ultimate proving ground for pirates, becomes a battleground unlike any other. With the Marines in disarray and the Yonko vying for control, the seas are awash with conflict. The delicate balance of power, shattered, replaced by a chaotic scramble for dominance. The Revolutionary Army, with its growing network of allies, challenges the old order at every turn. They liberate islands from corrupt rulers, expose the world government's hidden truths, and inspire the oppressed to rise up and claim their freedom. Their actions are a beacon of hope in a world teetering on the brink of chaos, a testament to the power of collective action and the unwavering belief in a better future. The fate of the Grand Line, and indeed the world, hangs in the balance. The fall of the world government has created a void, an empty space waiting to be filled. Will it be filled with more of the same? Oppression, exploitation, and endless cycles of violence? Or will it be filled with something new, something better, a world where freedom reigns, justice prevails, and the dreams of a better tomorrow are not just whispers on the wind, but a tangible reality? The answer to that question lies in the hands of those who dare to fight for change, those who refuse to accept the world as it is, and those who believe with unwavering conviction that a better world is possible. The battle for the soul of the Grand Line has begun, and the outcome will determine the fate of generations to come. The kingdom of Dressrosa, once choked by Doflamingo's iron fist, now breathes freely. The news of the world government's collapse ignites a firestorm of emotions. The streets echo with celebration, joy mingling with lingering trauma. The citizens dance, their joy a potent tonic to years of fear. The Colosseum, once an arena of despair, now echoes with laughter and music. But the scars of Doflamingo's reign run deep. Memories of loved ones lost linger like ghosts in the bright sunshine. The trauma is a wound that will take time to heal. King Riku faces the daunting task of rebuilding his kingdom. The world government's collapse leaves Dressrosa vulnerable. The Don Quixote family's criminal network still poses a threat. Amidst challenges, a spirit of resilience blooms in Dressrosa. The people are determined to build a better future. They have learned the true meaning of freedom and unity. In the vast and unforgiving sands of the Alabasta Kingdom, news of the world government's collapse is met with a mixture of caution and guarded optimism. Having once faced the brink of destruction at the hands of Crocodile, a warlord of the sea who manipulated their nation into a devastating civil war, the Alabastans know all too well the dangers of instability and the allure of power. The world government, though often distant and indifferent to their plight, had at least provided a semblance of order, a shield against the worst excesses of piracy and warlordism. Princess Nefertari Vivi, her heart heavy with the weight of responsibility, stands beside her father, King Nefertari Cobra, as they address the people. They speak of the challenges ahead, the uncertainty of a world without the world government's presence, and the potential for chaos to engulf their nation once more. But they also speak of hope, of the strength and resilience of the Alabastan people and their unwavering commitment to protect their kingdom and their way of life. Alabasta, however, is not a nation easily cowed by uncertainty. Their history is one of survival against overwhelming odds, of overcoming natural disasters and man-made calamities. They have faced down droughts, famine, and the machinations of those who sought to exploit their vulnerability, emerging from each challenge stronger and more united. The Alabastan army, led by the loyal and capable Captain Chaka, is placed on high alert. Their training, honed in the fires of their recent conflict, prepares them for any threat, their resolve unyielding, their loyalty to their kingdom absolute. The citizens, too, are ready to defend their homeland. They remember the sacrifices made to liberate their nation from Crocodile's grip, and they stand ready to answer their king and princess's call to action. Their determination, as unyielding as the desert sands. The fall of the world government may have plunged the world into chaos, but for Alabasta, it is merely another challenge to overcome, a test of their strength and their spirit. The kingdom, forged in the fires of adversity, is ready to face whatever storms may come, their resolve as unyielding as the desert sun, their hope as enduring as the sands of time. In the bustling canals of Water 7, the city of water, news of the world government's collapse washes over the citizens like a tidal wave, leaving in its wake a mixture of apprehension and cautious optimism. Renowned for their shipbuilding prowess, the citizens of Water 7 have long enjoyed a symbiotic, albeit often strained relationship with the world government. The Galila Company, Water 7's premier shipbuilding company, has for generations supplied the world government with its warships, their craftsmanship, a testament to the city's legacy and a vital source of income for its inhabitants. Iceberg, mayor of Water 7 and president of the Galila Company, finds himself at a crossroads. The world government, their largest client, is gone, leaving a gaping hole in their economy and throwing their future into uncertainty. The blueprints for Pluton, one of the 3 ancient weapons capable of mass destruction, reside within the depths of his office, a burden he has carried for years, a reminder of the city's past and a potential catalyst for future conflict. The shipwrights of Galila, renowned for their skill and dedication, face an ethical dilemma. Their livelihoods depend on building ships, but with the world government gone, who would they build for? Would they continue to construct instruments of war, fueling the chaos engulfing the world, or would they use their skills to build a different kind of future, one where ships connect people rather than separate them, where commerce and exploration replace conflict and destruction? The answer, Iceberg knows, lies not in clinging to the past, but in embracing the possibilities of the future. He understands that the world has changed, that the old order is gone, and that Water 7 must adapt to survive. He calls a meeting of the city's leaders, the foremen of Galila, and the elders of the city. Their faces etched with a mixture of concern and determination, their eyes reflecting the flickering candlelight, their voices hushed as they debate the path forward. On the shores of Amazon Lily, an island nation ruled by women enshrouded in legend, the news of the world government's collapse is greeted with a mixture of indifference and quiet satisfaction. For centuries, the Kuja, a tribe of warrior women renowned for their beauty and their deadly skills, have lived in isolation, their island a haven from the outside world, their laws absolute, their independence fiercely guarded. Boa Hancock, the pirate empress and ruler of Amazon Lily, receives to the news with a stoic expression. Her heart, though hardened by the cruelty she endured at the hands of the world government, softens at the thought of a world free from their tyranny. The brand of the celestial dragons, seared into her flesh as a reminder of her enslavement, still burns, but with the world government's fall, the flames of her hatred lose their intensity, replaced by a flicker of something akin to hope. She knows that the world outside Amazon Lily is in chaos, a dangerous place for even the strongest of warriors, let alone a nation of women who have long eschewed contact with the outside world. But she also knows that the Kuja are not afraid of a fight, that they will defend their homeland and their way of life with the same ferocity they have displayed for generations. The fall of the world government for Amazon Lily represents an opportunity to redefine their place in the world. No longer bound by the shackles of their past, the Kuja can choose their own destiny. They can remain isolated, their island a fortress against the chaos engulfing the world, or they can emerge from their self-imposed exile, their strength, and their spirit, a beacon of hope in a world desperately in need of both. Deep beneath the waves lies Fishman Island, a vibrant kingdom of fishmen and merfolk. They dream of peaceful coexistence with humans, free from persecution. The world government's collapse sends ripples of change through their paradise. King Neptune and his son Fukaboshi see both danger and opportunity. Determined, they navigate treacherous currents towards a future of equality. On a desolate island shrouded in perpetual twilight, Draco Mihawk, the strongest swordsman, receives news of the world government's collapse with indifference. Seated in his gothic castle, he listens as his pet baboon chatters excitedly. A lone traveler delivers the news, barely registering on Mihawk's stoic features. For Mihawk, politics hold little appeal. He is driven by the relentless honing of his swordsmanship. The world government's collapse does little to disrupt his solitary existence. Yet, even Mihawk cannot remain untouched by the winds of change. The New World Order presents a unique challenge, an opportunity to test his skills against new opponents. The traveler speaks of ambitious pirates in the Yonko, and a young pirate, Monkey D. Luffy, destined to become the next pirate king. In the heart of the Sandora Desert, amidst the shifting dunes and scorching sun, Sir Crocodile, former warlord of the sea, receives news of the world government's collapse with a serpentine smile. Gone is the opulent extravagance of his rain-denized casino, replaced by the Spartan practicality of a Bedouin tent. The harsh desert wind whistling through the canvas flaps, carrying the scent of sand and opportunity. For Crocodile, the world government's downfall is a liberation, a chance to pursue his ambition with renewed vigor. He has always chafed under authority, his loyalty to the world government a matter of convenience. The Seven Warlord system was merely a means to an end, a way to amass power and resources. Now with the world government in ruins, Crocodile sees a path to his long-held ambition, the conquest of Alabasta and control of Pluton. He has tasted power before, felt the allure of control, as Barak works as leader, manipulating the Alabastan civil war from the shadows, playing both sides to weaken the kingdom. He has experienced defeat, his plans thwarted by Monkey D. Luffy, his ambitions crushed by arrogance. But Crocodile is not easily deterred. He used his time in Impel Down to hone his skills and forge alliances, preparing for the day to make his move. The fall of the world government is not the end, but the beginning of a new era, an era defined by chaos and opportunity, where the strong rise to the top and the cunning inherit the spoils. He gathers his loyal followers, those who have remained by his side through imprisonment and exile, their faces weathered by hardship, their eyes burning with loyalty. He shares his vision, a world reshaped in his image, where the sands of time flow in his favor, where the name Crocodile is synonymous with power and dominance. The collapse of the world government sends shockwaves through Cypher Pole, their strongest unit CP0, facing betrayal and uncertainty. Rob Lucci, stoic and deadly, receives the news with characteristic calm, his loyalty unwavering. The collapse throws his world into disarray, leaving him adrift in uncertainty. For Lucci, the world government was order, holding back chaos. Their justice, harsh, but preferable to lawlessness. He carried out orders without question, his loyalty absolute. Other CP0 members react with shock, disbelief, and liberation. Some struggle to comprehend the world without their guidance. Others see the collapse as an opportunity to exploit the chaos. The news of the world government's collapse reaches even the darkest corners of the world, penetrating the depths of Impel Down, the underwater prison where the most dangerous criminals are kept. Within this fortress, the news spreads like wildfire, igniting hope in hardened criminals. The guards, symbols of authority, find their loyalty tested. With the world government gone, their purpose is thrown into disarray. Riots erupt, prisoners turn on their captors, their cries for freedom echoing. The world faces a new threat, a wave of criminality unleashed. The collapse of Impel Down becomes a stark reminder of the fragility of order. The world is unchained, the gates of hell flung open. The consequences are unpredictable and potentially devastating. The world government, for all its might, has sought to keep the truth of the Void Century buried, its existence a testament to their fear of knowledge, their desperation to control the narrative of history. But with their fall, the whispers of the past grow louder, and the echoes of voice that could avoid but we need to avoid Tinque Century go with Ter I could privately visit but you work by Earthroid head rating through the present, shaping the destiny of the world and those who dare to uncover its secrets. Nico Robin, the archaeologist of the Straw Hat Pirates, finds herself at the heart of this unfolding mystery. Her ability to read the poneglyphs, once a curse that made her a target, now makes her the most sought-after individual in the world. Pirates, revolutionaries, and ambitious individuals alike seek her out. Their motives are as varied as the seas themselves, all eager to unlock the secrets of the past, to claim the power they believe it holds. The poneglyphs scattered across the world, like pieces of a shattered mirror, reflect a time long gone, a time of advanced civilizations, powerful weapons, and a conflict that reshaped the world. As Robin deciphers their cryptic messages, she uncovers a history far more complex and disturbing than she could have imagined, a history that challenges everything she thought she knew about the world and her place in it. The ancient weapons, their existence long dismissed as myth and legend, re-emerge as a terrifying reality. Pluton, Poseidon, Uranus. Their names alone are enough to strike fear into the hearts of men. Their power, if unleashed, could reshape the world. Their destructive potential, a double-edged sword capable of both liberation and annihilation. The Straw Hat Pirates, their journey to find One Piece forever intertwined with the fate of the world, find themselves at a crossroads. The collapse of the world government, an event they inadvertently helped to bring about, has thrown the world into chaos, and their dreams of freedom and adventure are now entangled with the responsibility of navigating a world without rules or constraints. Monkey D. Luffy, captain of the Straw Hats and inheritor of Shanks' straw hat and his unwavering belief in freedom, remains steadfast in his pursuit of the Pirate King title. But the world he now navigates is vastly different from the one he embarked upon. The lines between good and evil are blurred, the choices he makes carry greater weight, and the consequences of his actions reverberate across the Grand Line and beyond. His Nakama, his loyal crewmates, stand by his side, their bonds forged in the fires of countless adventures, their loyalty to their captain absolute. Roronoa Zoro, the swordsman who dreams of becoming the world's greatest. Nami, the navigator who charts their course through treacherous waters. Usopp, the sniper whose lies mask a heart of gold. Sanji, the cook whose chivalry knows no bounds. Tony Chopper, the reindeer doctor with a heart of gold. Nico Robin, the archaeologist who seeks to uncover the truth of the past. Frankie, the cyborg shipwright who embodies the spirit of Super. Brook, the skeletal musician who yearns to fulfill his promise. And Jinbei, the knight of the sea whose loyalty and strength know no bounds. They are the Straw Hats, and together they face the challenges of a world without order, their bonds unbreakable, their spirits undaunted. The world, once neatly ordered under the world government's rule, is now a vast and unpredictable sea, its surface whipped by the winds of change, its depths stirred by the currents of ambition. The old order has crumbled, and in its place 1,000 new powers rise their flags, a kaleidoscope of colors and symbols, each vying for control, each seeking to shape the world in their image. The Yonko, their movements no longer constrained by the world government's presence, clash like titans their battles, reshaping the very geography of the new world. Blackbeard, driven by an insatiable hunger for power, his darkness spreading like a plague across the seas. Shanks his wisdom and pragmatism, tested as he strives to maintain balance in a world teetering on the brink. Big Mom, her hunger as insatiable as ever, her territories expanding as she seeks to sate her endless appetite. And Kaido, the world's strongest creature, reveling in the chaos, his thirst for a worthy opponent leading him down a path of destruction. The revolutionary army, their ranks swollen with those yearning for freedom and justice, wages a war on multiple fronts. Their battles fought not just with weapons but with ideals. Their victories measured not in territory gained but in hearts and minds won over. Monkey D. Dragon, the enigmatic leader of the revolution. His presence a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. His actions guided by a vision of a better future, a future free from oppression and inequality. Throughout the chaos and uncertainty, the will of D, that enigmatic force that has echoed through the ages, connecting individuals with the initial D in their names, burns brighter than ever. Monkey D. Luffy, Portgas D. Ace, Marshall D. Teach, Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, Monkey D. Garp, Goal D. Roger, each one a testament to the enduring spirit of D, each one a player in a game of fate that has spanned generations. The will of D is more than just a bloodline. It is a belief, a commitment to fighting for what is right no matter the odds. It is the will to challenge the established order, to stand up to tyranny, to protect the innocent, and to never give up on one's dreams, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Luffy, with his infectious laughter and unwavering belief in his Nakama, embodies the spirit of D, his actions inspiring countless others to fight for their own freedom, to challenge the status quo, to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow. The world, watching his every move, senses that something is different about this pirate, something special, something that sets him apart from all who came before him. The world of One Piece stands on the precipice of a new era, an era forged in the fires of revolution, shaped by the ambitions of pirates and guided by the enduring spirit of those who dare to dream of a better future. The Grand Line, once a symbol of the world government's power, is now a vast and unpredictable ocean, its currents carrying the hopes and dreams of countless individuals, its waves crashing against the shores of destiny. The One Piece, that legendary treasure said to be hidden at the end of the Grand Line, awaits, its true nature as elusive as ever. Is it a vast fortune, a weapon of unimaginable power, or something far more profound, something that will challenge the very foundations of the world? The answer, like the endless horizon itself, remains shrouded in mystery, beckoning those brave enough to seek it out, to unravel its secrets, to claim its power. The world holds its breath, watching, waiting, as the Straw Hat Pirates, guided by the compass of their dreams and the unwavering belief in their captain, chart their course through the uncharted waters of a new era. Their journey, once a personal quest for freedom and adventure, has become something far greater, a voyage that will determine the fate of the world, a testament to the enduring power of dreams, and a promise that even in the darkest of times, the dawn of a new era is always on the horizon.